Hello and welcome to the very first Soup Saturday. Today we are making corn chowder, a favorite of a lot of people. It was requested on Facebook, so I will make it. But I got some beautiful corn from the market today, got some potatoes, I got some red pepper. We're gonna make it together. I'm gonna stay on camera the whole time, and I think it'd be funny if I could fit as many corny jokes into this video as possible. So comment your favorite or even add a new one that I didn't even think of. Let's get into it. I gotta peel this corn. I'm trying to think of a joke. Honestly, I just hope that this episode isn't too corny.
For the next couple minutes, I'm basically just kind of doing a cut and chat, so if you don't want to sit and chat with me, just skip ahead right to the stove and you'll get what you're looking for.
Now we're gonna cut our onions. And I'm gonna say about 2 onions, and as usual, I don't measure anything because I think that's a waste of time. I really do. Honestly, so let's get these cut. I'm gonna dice them up just because that is the best way that I prefer to have them in a soup, just for this particular soup. Now, I'm sure you've seen like a million videos on the internet about how to correctly dice an onion. How I do it, and I'm more than happy to tell you. That's my dog, and that's normally why I do voiceovers. Luna. So what I did is I cut them each down this way, and I'm gonna cut it like this, split it in half again. Everything's connected by this root because I didn't pass it. So now that I've cut it here and here, I'm going to cut it long ways, and everything stays together because it's all connected at the root, which I didn't cut. Honestly, I don't even have like the best knife skills to even be telling you this. Like, I seriously wouldn't take any kind of guidance from me. And then when you have like this little thing here, I put it face down like this, and then here, I'll show you. Cut it around it like that. And then you have our beautiful onion. I mean, look at that. Beautiful. See, I'm very far away from you. Like, this is normally why I do filming the different way, but I feel like we haven't really chat like in a while. I feel like you guys haven't seen my face. I feel like you miss me. And I get that because I would miss me too. And if you don't miss me, then here I am. And I'm about to give you an earful of knowledge about corn chowder. And I'll let that sink in, and I'll pause for the joke. If you didn't get it, ears of corn, kind of a good one, kind of my humor. Anyway. Okay, a joke isn't funny if you have to explain it, but I think it's all about reading the room. Like, if you know, like if you're if you're with people that like have that, I'm gonna think of your reference that you said and then apply it to the joke, and then they'll laugh, then that's fine. You know, you gotta read the room, and then you can say what kind of jokes you want to say. But like, don't say jokes that are bad to the wrong group of people. But I'm just dicing onions. I hear my sister coming down. Hi, Joe. So something you want to do is have a bowl of water ready here next to you when you're prepping with potatoes, because they will oxidize quicker than you're ready to. So I like to dice these because I think they're really nice in soup. So I just cut it down. Just gonna put them right in the water. I'll take some of the starch out. Which, if I'm being completely honest with you, I'm not sure if it helps with the soup to thicken it, so I don't know if that's the best move right there, but I do know that I don't want them to oxidize, and that's what I'm gonna do because I'm prepping. And if it's the wrong thing to do, then you could tell me, and I will make a change in the next video. And try and cut them as evenly as you can. For obvious reasons, so they cook evenly. I mean, that's really kind of what we're going for here. And the smaller they are, the quicker they'll cook, aka the quicker you could eat, aka. Okay, so I think two potatoes are gonna be enough, at least for me. I personally like a more potatoy soup. I think that this will be plenty in comparison to the amount of corn that I have. These are really large potatoes. Like, look at the size of this potato. This is my hand. This is a can of soda. Like, that's pretty big. It's pretty big to me. I'm gonna use 2 red bell peppers. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, oh, that was pretty bad. Take the sticker off, okay? Cut aside here, and I'm just gonna cut this little thingy out. Use that, 'cause that's good. No waste here. I need like some corny jokes. I promised you guys some corny jokes, and I will deliver. Let me get these seeds out. Look at that. I can't stand all the seeds that come out of the pepper. It's like so annoying. Okay. Okay, that's better. Okay, let's try something. Hey Siri, tell me a joke. Oh, did you guys hear that? It's not very low. Okay. What is more impressive than a talking parrot? I will pause. Comment what you think. Comment your guess. A spelling bee. I'm not gonna lie, that was not funny. Let's turn my thing louder. Hey Siri. Tell me a joke. Yeah. Okay, so a clown held the door for me today, and that was a nice gesture. See, I think that's a joke for somebody who will get it, because I think not everyone will be like, oh, a clown is a jester. Like, that's what I'm talking about earlier. Like, some people just like don't know things. Not that they're not cultured, but some people just don't know things, and they won't laugh about it. And I think that's like, okay, ready? Here we go, about to have a conversation. So when you ask somebody, are you like a Twitter person, or are you more of like an Instagram, Facebook type of person? I think this really speaks volumes. I guess now TikTok is a thing, but for the longest time, if you were a Twitter person, you knew all of the memes and jokes before they made it into Instagram. So like if you're in like an Instagram group with all of your friends and they send a meme, then people are probably, and like, if you are on Twitter, you're gonna see it first. Just because everything goes on Twitter before it goes on Instagram or anything like that. I think that Twitter people and Instagram people are just two different types of people. I don't think it's a good or bad thing. I think that people who are on Twitter are much more like, and this is just my opinion, don't come for me, okay? I just think they're more like, okay, let me preface, I'm a Twitter person. So I think Twitter people are cool. I think they know more of the jokes and they have a better humor than other people. And that's not to say that people who aren't on Instagram don't have humor. I think that you don't expose yourself to possible humor of getting it. Like, sometimes people just don't get memes, don't get trends. Like, if you're on Twitter, you would get them. You know, if you were just like, if you knew, then you would know. And I feel like I'm kind of rambling on here. But those are just my thoughts. And comment your thoughts about Twitter people versus Instagram people. I think I need another red pepper.
Anyways, you're welcome from saving you from further ranting about Twitter versus Instagram. That is a hot topic that I think is really interesting to talk about. But leave your comments down below what you think about it. But back to normal cooking.
A lot of these videos, if you haven't already noticed, I don't really like to measure because I think recipes are a great guide, but everyone has different palates. But yes, I do think in some things, yes, measuring is very important. But for example, if I want more red pepper in my soup, I'm gonna put more red pepper in my soup. Like, it's not gonna ruin it. It's not gonna do anything. Oh, you know what's a good thing to ask you guys? Have you seen the trend, slash do you like the trend of taking a bell pepper and like putting cream cheese on it and everything with the bagel seasoning? Because spoiler alert, I live for it. I think it's awesome. I really do. Okay. Let me get everything ready. We'll get the pot out and we're gonna see what the stove.
Okay, let's get cooking. I'm gonna turn the stove onto a medium-ish heat and we're gonna check to see if it is hot. Once it is hot enough, the cast iron takes a little bit to heat up. But once it's hot enough, you're gonna put about 5 tablespoons of butter in there, a little bit of olive oil. I actually use avocado oil because I was out of olive oil, but any oil works. Let it melt down. And add in your onions first and your garlic. I didn't show me chopping the garlic, but trust me, it's minced garlic. I don't really think it needs much of a introduction. We heart garlic here on this channel. Add some kosher salt, some fresh cracked black pepper, your red pepper, add that in too. Just a really great way to start adding flavor into your soup early, and sauteing these vegetables with the butter and oil and salt and pepper is just gonna really add in that flavor. Again, I'm gonna add in some bay leaves and just basically let it simmer. So now we're just gonna watch this simmer and enjoy ourselves, stir it a little bit. And great. So now I'm going to add in a few tablespoons of flour, and then what I'm gonna do is just cook it until it just gets that rawness out of it. So you're gonna see me stirring it. It honestly takes about anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes if you're on medium heat. Now there's another herb that you can add into this soup, but I just didn't have the time to go and get it. Now after the flour has been cooked, you are going to start adding your milk, dairy product. I use 2% milk. You can use whole milk, you can use skim milk, you can use half and half cream, oat milk, almond milk, whatever dairy, non-dairy product you want to use. But what you're going to do is slowly add it in. Do not add it in all at once or this will not work. So making a roux can definitely be tricky, but I think patience is key here. And this is really what's going to make the soup nice and creamy. So yeah, I am slowly adding it in, and you can see I'm constantly stirring, constantly making sure that it isn't burning, that it is being fully incorporated, because you don't want your sauce to break. And I think that is something you definitely want to be aware of during this process. So once it's all good, you can see I kind of added it all in there. It's just going to cook down. So once that cooks down a little bit, you're going to add in your potatoes. Use your spider. This is seriously my favorite kitchen tool in the whole world. Any excuse to use it, I will be using it because I'm obsessed with it. So after this, I'm going to grab my corn, add the corn in, and we will get that going. There's a lot of corn, so there's a lot of trips to be made here, and we're just gonna stir that up and make sure everything is all incorporated. And as you can tell, it is pretty thick with 2 C's, so I'm gonna add 5 cups of broth into this, and you can see it's super thinned out, but what I wanna do is just really cook that down. And as you can see here, it's gonna come to a boil and start really cooking down and concentrating those flavors until we end up with a beautiful soup. Well, here it is, corn chowder soup, like my mom used to make at the store. Now I'm gonna try it, see if it's any good.
Wow. That is really good. Now, I think one of the most important things to do in this recipe is making sure that you use fresh corn. Don't use canned corn, because you hear me crunching. Hold on, I'll do it again. Hold on, it's very hot. You hear? If you use canned corn, then just buy canned soup, because it's not gonna be good. Well, this was absolutely delicious and amazing, and I hope you guys make it and try it. What? This soup was absolutely delicious, and I'm obsessed with it. It is one of my favorite fall soups, especially because like in September, like the corn is still really good because corn is kind of like a summer thing and chowder is kind of like a fall thing. So, you know, it's definitely an early September soup, but we will be having Soup Saturday every single Saturday until it's Christmas season. And you heard it here first. From right now all the way until Thanksgiving, there will be a soup every Saturday. Comment what soups you want to see. Maybe I'll have some special guests to bring in their recipes. But this was the first one to kick it off. Be on the lookout for a video coming up soon. I'm still working on the days, so stay with me. Follow me on all the socials to keep up. Subscribe. Watch some more videos. Like this video, and peace.